Hello, I am back. It feels like quite a long time to get this recorded, but if you'd known how long it took me to do the first one, then a few weeks wouldn't feel like too long to you anyway. Today I want to delve a little bit further into what I believe is the premier Skillish skill, which is control of the breath and your breathing. Over an 80-year lifespan, humans will take something like 630 million breaths, which is quite a few. Sounds like a very large number, so we might as well learn how to do it well and do it properly. I am not a breathing expert by any means. I have tried to do a little bit of meditation in the past. Weather permitting, I like to come out here and sit on a step where I can connect with Mother Nature, and if the sun is shining in the afternoon like this, I can charge myself through my solar panel on the back of the head. Find meditation quite difficult. I downloaded a balance app. It's called the Balance app, where you can use it for free for a year, and I found it very useful. There are a lot of good lessons to be learned, from beginning to intermediate to some more advanced techniques, which I enjoyed quite a lot of, and then I've signed up properly since then. I found it hard to have the discipline and the focus to do it regularly. You know, you should try and do it every day, or that's what they say. Whereas my best streak was probably 4 or 5 days, so I'd like to work on my streak. I know that other people enjoy streaks as well. My kids like to keep their Snapchat streaks going. In the past, my wife used to enjoy it at the beach or to the gymnasium. So yeah, I think if we could sort of try to develop streaks in healthy activities, meditation, exercise, eating home cooked food, that sort of thing, then it's definitely a good idea. So I believe that if you can focus on your breath, then you can focus on anything. Taking a deep breath instantly connects your body with your mind, especially if you do it through the nose. Inhaling through your nose, the air gets filtered and acclimatized for your lungs and moistened, so it's good to do that. So close your mouth and take a deep breath in through your nose and hold it. And let it out. And next time you do that, just feel that your tummy expands before your chest does. And that's your diaphragm going down and increasing the volume of your thoracic cavity, which your lungs can fill into so the air can flow in. So take another deep breath, thinking in on the in breath and out on the out breath. The diaphragm is the largest muscle in the body that we can consciously contract, and we can train it to sort of contract in and out, up and down, over a period of time. You can kind of do it over 1 second up to 10 seconds. You know, you can take a minute long breath if you train yourself hard enough. So if you take a deep breath in for 5-second inhalation and then exhale for 5-second exhalation. If you do that 6 times in a row, then you've just meditated for 1 minute. So you can keep that going and try to see how long you can do it for. Diaphragmatic breathing and other breathing techniques have been utilized by Skillish people for thousands of years. You got yoga, qigong, Zen breathing, Wim Hof. There's lots of other techniques as well. Even in Ireland, there's evidence that it's been around for a few hundred years. The most celebrated of Irish authors, James Joyce, wrote in a love letter to his wife Nora, I quote, "I would know Nora's farts anywhere. I think I could pick hers out in a room full of farting women," end quote. So you don't develop smelling skills like that using tiny little mouth breaths. In life, you'll do incredible things, and often taking a deep breath beforehand will set you up for success. Whether you're taking a penalty or serving for a set or putting for the Ryder Cup, go Team Europe, a breath is often the perfect precursor. There is another author, James Nestor, who wrote a wonderful book on breathing called Breath. And in the research for that book, he did some horrible work so that we don't have to. He had his nose plugged up and taped shut for 10 days in a row and only mouth breathed for that time. And the effects on his health were pretty shocking and very detrimental and extremely nasty. And then when he took it off and plugged his mouth instead and just breathed through his nose, it all got better again. So his experiment and other people's experiments have proven beyond doubt that it's better to breathe through your nose. Reasons to breathe through your nose, just some of them are an instant mind and body connection. The air gets prepared for your lungs. You increase your sense of smell, taste and hearing. It's good for your facial structure. Less bad breath and tooth decay. Helps sleep and less snoring. Reasons to mouth breathe. Someone on the sofa or in the lift has just let a real nasty fart go. It definitely wasn't me. I think it might have been you. James Nestor also led me to believe that by taping my mouth shut at night, my hair would grow back as thickly and as lustrous as his is. And I've been doing it for a couple of years. That still hasn't happened, unfortunately, but I do sleep like a baby, and I don't get thumped 6 or 7 nights a week like I used to for snoring, or what I used to call breathing. But that's another story. So you try to train yourself that whenever you notice or remember that you're breathing, close your mouth and make it through your nose. It gets easier the more that you do it. And if you're thinking in on the in-breath and out on the out-breath, or a different sort of mantra that you can breathe through, that can always help you connect and regain control of your breath instantly. It's a good thing. So 3 techniques to try out and practice. Sort of a beginner, intermediate, and then more expert. The first one is called the physiological sigh. All you do is you take a deep breath in through your nose, and then you take a tiny little second breath after holding it for a minute, just to fill those last couple of alveoli, and then let it out of your mouth like a sigh. I'll show you now. That's just like a really good instant reset. Get your mind and your body working together again. The second one is box breathing. So using your diaphragm, you take a big 4-second full inhalation, hold your breath for 4 seconds, let it out for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 4 seconds, and repeat. It's really good if you're in a stressful situation or you're really riled up, and it's just good for calming you down and calming your body down. The last one is called the breath staircase. So you sit down or lie somewhere comfortable, and you're doing a full diaphragm breath in and out for a count of 1 to start with, then a count of 2, and then 3 and 4 up to 10, and then you can go back down to 1. So I'll do a couple of early ones, then I'll do 6, and then I'll do 10. It helps if you slow the beginning of the inhale and the exhale down, or else you fill up or empty far too quick. So here we go. Good practice, good for concentrated control of your body and your mind together. And anytime you do a bit of concentrated breathing, it's going to be time well spent. So whatever life throws in front of you, take a deep breath It'll give you a moment in time to just slightly more assess the situation so that you can do whatever needs to be done. Focus on the breath and then focus on everything else. If I make it to 80, I've got something like 250 million breaths left. So I'm going to try to make the most of them all and savor as many of them as possible, mostly through my nose, notwithstanding some of the wonderful public toilets of the world. So that's that. Sign up with your email at skillishpeople.com and follow me on here or on Instagram. That would be fantastic. Let people know. Thank you very much for your time. Goodbye.